I'm Pam Masters, and I'm a collaborative family lawyer, which is to say that I'm a settlement specialist, and I guide couples and families on the difficult journey of divorce without court involvement, sometimes without lawyer involvement. I do this in ways that protect children, preserve financial assets, and create healthy co-parenting relationships. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a strategy to help reduce conflict in divorce, enhance co-parenting relationships, and reduce conflict in that arena as well. I'm reading a super interesting book called The Art of Possibility. Here it is, little book. It's by Rosamund and Benjamin Zander. Rosamund is a therapist, and Benjamin is the conductor of the Boston Symphony Orchestra and a music teacher. So the premise of this book is that many of the things that cause us stress or harm or conflict are because of certain assumptions we carry with us, and that if we can set those assumptions aside, new possibilities will present themselves. There are 12 steps outlined in the book, and I want to talk about one here that just leapt off the page for me and made me immediately think about the couples and families that I work with. The idea is, give everyone an A. In the context of a co-parenting relationship, you may have an assumption that your co-parent is not a good parent, or makes bad decisions, or doesn't act in the best interest of your child. So what would happen if you were to set those assumptions aside and give your co-parent an A? You don't have to tell them you're doing this. This is all in your own mind here. I can tell you what happened with Benjamin's class of music students, and then we will explore what could happen in the divorce or co-parenting context. I think it could be really transformative. So Benjamin, who's the co-author of the book, was teaching at the most prestigious music school in the country, and he was teaching an advanced level performance class. And he decided to try an experiment because the kids were not performing to their potential. So on the first day of class, he told them all that he was giving them all A's. All they had to do to earn that A was write him a letter from the perspective of themselves at the end of the term, stating why they deserved to get an A in the class. So here's what happened. Freed from the anxiety of the grade, these kids played with passion and abandon. They tried all manner of things that they weren't even sure they could do because they weren't afraid of his judgment or of failure. So if we think about this in the context of divorce and co-parenting, what would happen if each person were to give the other an A? Well, first of all, there would be no defensiveness by either person. There'd be no need to justify their wants, their needs, or their actions. They'd be getting the benefit of the doubt. It might be an easier way to think about this. Second, that would free you up to genuinely express yourself, which is so critical making co-parenting decisions. Third, when you give someone an A, you find yourself speaking to them not from a place of measuring how they stack up against your standards, but from a place of respect that gives them room, again, to fully realize and express themselves. Giving the A sets you up in partnership with the other person. It's a frame of teamwork and relationship, which, if you have children together, whether you want it or not, you have a relationship. So giving an A creates wholeness and functionality. Imagine how it would affect your children to see you interacting with their other parent in this way. Imagine how willing your co-parent, who may be struggling with a parenting issue, would be to reach out to you if they knew that they would be getting an A all the time. So what if your co-parent did something that you thought was wrong? What if instead of reacting in judgment and confrontation, you threw your hands up in the air and said, "How fascinating," and then explored first within yourself why you disagreed with what your co-parent did? You know, your objection may be completely irrational and much more about you than the best interest of your child. But then you could explore with the co-parent that you've already given an A why they made the choice they did. You might learn something. You will learn something from each other if you can communicate in this way. You'll be surprised at what you'll discover, and your children will be well loved and cared for by both of their parents. Here's a bonus tip. Try this with your kids as well. Try it with a server in a restaurant. Try it with your employees. Giving the A can be really transformative. I hope this helps. As always, I would love to talk to each of you personally. You can get a lot more information on my website, at www.masterscdc.com, on my Facebook page at the Collaborative Divorce Center, or you can call my office at 386-271-8044, or email me, pam@masterscdc.com. I would love to talk to you about this or any other aspect of divorce, co-parenting, child custody, all in the framework of a collaborative approach.